is.
It's 11 o'clock. Well, thank you very much. And good morning. And welcome to the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. And Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Kniezek.
Here.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Present.
Commissioner Basham.
Here.
Commissioner Scott.
Present.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. We move on to next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Thank you.
C, approval of the April 7th, 2021 meeting minutes.
Madam Chair, move approval of the meeting minutes with any necessary corrections. Commissioner Kinlock.
Okay.
Support.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Scott. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, the motion carries. Madam Clerk.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay.
Moving to item 8 first, under new business, a presentation on the One Vision, One District, One College Joint Skills Training Program involving the Sheriff's Office and Wayne County Community College District.
Can you move down? Yeah, scroll down a little bit because I'm at 3 and I don't know what. Scroll down to 1.
Maybe my computer is lagging a little bit because mine shows 8.
Oh, really? Because I'm
Yeah, mine's too.
So I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, scroll down a little bit anyhow so I can see it.
Okay, let me go down a little bit. Is it moving at all?
No, you're going up. I'm going to go down.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
you want to go up.
Okay.
Yeah. We're on item 8.
All right, because see, right now, you're almost where I can see it. Now,
Oh,
You want to show the first item?
yeah.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to move item 8 first, the presentation.
Oh, yes, that's right. I am. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm the one that said that we can do it. Thank you, Madam Clerk, for being unfair. That's why I couldn't see it. Go ahead. That's why I couldn't see
oh, God.
it. I'm confused this morning. I've been up too early. Okay, now we are going to item number 8, and that is a presentation from the Wayne County Community College and the Wayne County Sheriff's Department. And I'm going to turn this over to Samaya.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Madam Chair. This is Samaya Harp from the Sheriff's Office, Director of Administration. First and foremost, I would like to thank all commissioners, including this honorable body, for approving this amendment so that Wayne County residents benefits from these programs. Back in 2019, which seems so long ago, the Sheriff's Office and Wayne County Community College entered into a collaborative effort to provide Wayne County residents with skilled training opportunities. The training included 3 different programs. One was for the construction, the other one is commercial truck driver training and entrepreneurship. With me from Wayne County Community College is the District Dean for Career Programs, Glenda. She's the one who will be presenting. And also I have the Senior Vice Chancellor, Furqan Ahmed, as well as Vice Chancellor of Innovation and Student Success, Dr. Paige Nias. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name.
Newhouse.
My apologies. Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys go ahead and do the presentation. I appreciate you being with us, and thank you for taking the time to give us this presentation.
Thank you for the invite. We're glad to be here and provide an update. I'm gonna let Glenda, Ms. Magarel, start off the presentation, and then all 3 of us will be here if there's any questions. Ms. Magarel?
Good morning, council members. Thank you, Samaya, and thank you, Mr. Ahmed. As Samaya had stated, we had started this program in 2019 with the goal to enroll 174 Wayne County residents in construction trades training program, CDL program, and entrepreneurship training programs. As we're all aware, COVID-19 did put some time constraints on what we were able to do, but despite the impact of COVID-19, we were able to adapt some of our training programs to a hybrid learning model, and we were able to successfully complete this project ahead of schedule by enrolling 179 individuals in each of the various programs. Our target enrollment was 174. Within the construction trades program, we enrolled 17 individuals and had an 88% completion rate.
Oh,
With our entrepreneurship program, we enrolled 29 individuals with a 100% completion rate. And with our CDL program, we enrolled 133 individuals with an 84% completion rate. I do want to state that due to COVID, we had to shut down all of our face-to-face training programs, but we were able to continue with our CDL training program because that was considered an essential occupation. And we successfully had 112 individuals get their state certification, out of which 89 are currently working. With our CDL training program, 15 completed and 12 are working, and they are earning wages in construction that start at $14 to $19. Our CDL entry wages are 17 to 22. And with our entrepreneurship program, despite the impact of COVID, I'm happy to report that none of the participants had any impacts to the point where they had to shut down their companies.
okay. So let me just go back over this again. So in the construction trades, how many did you have enrolled?
We enrolled 17.
17?
Mhm.
And of that 17, 88% completed it?
That's correct.
And what was the next one?
Within our commercial driver's license CDLA training program,
That driver, is that truck driving?
that is,
Okay,
we
truck.
enrolled 133 individuals.
Uh-huh. And is that the one that did 100% completion?
No, that was our entrepreneurship. With our truck driving program, we had an 84% completion rate, and that completion rate means that 112 individuals actually achieved their state of Michigan CDLA license.
Oh,
And 89% of them were placed.
wow.
79%, 89 of them.
Yes. Mhm.
Did you hear that, Commissioner Basham? Okay.
89%, of course.
89% placed. That's great.
Good.
Those are some great numbers considering dealing with the COVID situation, that you were able to get those kind of numbers, and that's impressive. I was always impressed with this program. When you presented it last time, I was very impressed with it. But let me ask you also, initially, was this program created as a transition for inmates from the jail?
Through the chair,
Go ahead.
Sumaya, no, it wasn't. Wayne County, we entered into an agreement, a local agreement with Wayne County Community College to provide them security for their various campuses.
Right.
And every year we would have a little bit of fund balance. And of course, that's restricted funds. We could not spend it on buying
That's right.
anything for the operation of the sheriff's office. So we kept collectively tracking the fund balances. And we got to a point when Dr. Ivory presented this idea to the late Sheriff Benny Napoleon. He loved it and he wanted to do good things with the money. So we did not use any general fund. It was money that was given to us from Wayne County Community College. We gave back to the community.
Yeah, I remember when this was presented to me for the first time. Dr. Ivory called us over, Benny Napoleon and myself and a few others to go over and hear about this program. I was so impressed, and Benny was super impressed with it. So he would love to know the results of that program, which he highly supported. So it makes me a little sad. Okay, go ahead.
Through the chair, just wanted to give you talked about the inmates. Wayne County Community College does provide the sheriff's office free of charge the basic GED program in the jails.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, so
Maybe that's the one you were thinking
that is
about.
the one. So they're able to is this after they get out?
No, that's during their incarceration,
During
pre-pandemic. I'm not sure what's going on during the pandemic.
Okay. Okay.
Madam Chair, even though the target was 174, we actually changed 179 lives and actually with a little bit of funds left over. So I think it was a win-win situation all the way around.
Wonderful, wonderful. So are there any comments or questions from board members at this
Madam
point?
Chair.
Madam Chair.
I think Commissioner Kenlock was first, and then Commissioner Scott. Okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
Madam Chair, this goes in line with all of the great work that takes place over at WC3. It's just so valuable. It's such a valuable resource for our community. And I am so thankful that you, as well as the commission chair, brought this forward, this presentation, this report and update, because it highlights this important relationship and this important work in helping to build skill sets to better prepare our young people and our citizens for the growing opportunities. A lot of people don't realize the need and the expanded opportunities within the transportation sector. And so this just highlights one of the many workforce development and training that individuals can receive over at WC3. So I am just so excited that we're highlighting this program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is this a continuing program, or is just as long as the dollars last that you have?
Through the chair, I wish it was a continuing program, but it's not. The money lasted this far. Hopefully, if we get fund balances for a few years, we can attempt this again in the future. But as of right now, this program has ended.
Okay.
From the sheriff's office.
There
From
was
our side. I'm not
no
sure.
funding left? Oh.
There's no funding left. There was about a little bit over $1,000 left that they couldn't do anything with.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Wait, I'm glad you asked that question,
Great.
Commissioner Scott, because I too thought it might be continuing, but maybe that's one of the areas that we might be able to use some of the COVID. We could probably check into that after they ask us, to suggest some things. Once we receive this money, this would be an excellent program that we can recommend to the county executive that he might want to fund this, because this is, just just looking at the results itself, it shows us a worthwhile project. Yeah, so that will be
Exactly.
one of
Yes.
the, yeah, we definitely ought to recommend to the county executive that he put this on his list of items to fund, because it's certainly worthwhile. And the folks at Wayne County Community College, we would encourage you to have a conversation with the county executive also, if we hit him from both directions.
Madam Chair, Wayne County Community College is always there. So we will do that, and hopefully this partnership will continue. Thank you. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you. Now, I did see some hands. Oh, okay, I see Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good morning. I just wanted to commend the Sheriff Department, Wayne County Community College District for this program. I think it's an excellent partnership. When I first became a commissioner and met with Dr. Ivy, we talked about programs such as this where we could work together to improve our communities, and this is just excellent. So I just wanted to say that, and anything I can do to push more funding to this program, I'm here to help. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Baker McCormick. You know, I might suggest that you also, on your list of items that you send in recommendation for funding, include this one on it. I'm going to include it on mine, and I hope that all of us will include it on theirs, and maybe we'll get some results.
I will do so.
Okay. Okay. So, would you like? Is there anything else that you would like to continue with? Let's see, who was speaking? Samaya?
No, I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for this wonderful and amazing program. It just brought the community together, and we changed the lives of few people. I mean, we got to start with a little bit, but then hopefully that will continue on and change the lives of more people. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Now, the entrepreneur program, that's the one that was 100% completion, right?
That's correct. This
Yes.
is Glenda Magarel speaking.
And how many were enrolled in that one?
We enrolled 29 and completed 29. That
29,
means they made it through the training. And what part of that program also focused on contractor capacity building. Fortunately, all of them were able to retain their businesses. We didn't have any business closures due to the impact of COVID-19, although there was an impact on their ability to hire, of course, due to the shutdown. But all these businesses are still operational.
I just think it's wonderful that that you were able to accomplish this much. Can you imagine what you would accomplish if we're entering the next school year with COVID under control? If we could continue this program, I just think this would be wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in and making this presentation and making us aware that because I thought it was continuous. I did not know it was just going to be for one year, but we'll be on this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity again. Looking forward to continuing the success and changing more lives. Okay, appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you.
take care. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, moving right along. We'll start with item 1 again now.
Item 1, communication from Samaya Harb, Director of Administration, Sheriff's Office, forwarding a report on Sheriff's Office Marine Patrol operations and funding.
Okay, Samaya, you're up.
Yes, yes. Good morning again. With the Marine, these are the reports that are required by the ordinance. For the Marine Patrol, the Sheriff's Office is responsible for patrolling all waters in Wayne County. The majority of the officers who work in the Marine unit are seasonal staff. They will usually work from May to early September. The staff does provide boating and ORV training to high school students, but due to the pandemic, the training have been canceled. Hopefully, when next year comes along and school is back in session, they'll be able to provide those training as again. The Marine unit receives federal and state grants to operate. The state grant requires 25% match. That match is paid for from the parks millage. The staff at the Marine unit do phenomenal work. One of the things that they do is recover bodies. Last year, they recovered 6 bodies. I put all the data and the stats in my report. If you have any question, just to let you know too, I will be sending commission, the public safety, an update on the dock repair. And hopefully I'll be able to do that on by Friday.
Very good.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move that we receive and file the report on the Sheriff's Office on Marine Patrol operations and funding.
Let me ask, Madam Clerk, do you think we can take these all together?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Madam Chair, I move that we receive and file items 1 through, okay, where is it?
8,
1
7.
1 through 7. I that receive and file items 1 through 7.
Okay, can I have a second on that?
No, you don't. I had my hand up for 10 hours here.
And I've had mine up
I'm
also.
sorry, I did not see.
I would say we could receive it, and I mean we can make the motion and then continue with the
Well,
conversation.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to make a motion,
Well,
and then I
you
was
might
like,
not want to make a motion based on what we probably will, but still, if you got members got their hands up, I was trying to
go ahead, go
make a
ahead,
comment if I can
go ahead.
with share support. 2 things. One, we did get the funding finally to do the docks, and they're still walking on pallet crates to get to those boats. Even though we got the funding to do the dock, rumor has it they're not even going to start till the fall, and that money was allocated for this year. And so my thing is, if we can move the permitting process up, and that's asking Wade Trim, that's asking Wayne County, that's asking Trenton and others to move it up, we could get this thing done sooner. That's number 1. And number 2, the Marine Patrol does not have any space, and I have it on my list to get Commissioner Kinlock down there to show him some specifics. But they don't have room for storage. The trailer that they're in is worse than a doghouse. And we had them do some research and find out what it takes to fix that. And I was going in the direction of talking to folks like the Kresge Foundation and others to see if we can get some money from them. But quite frankly, not doable. They're too specific. Suggested we write a public safety grant. And a public safety grant, they're going to be needing, I have the specifics, $189,793 for a 36 by 68 trailer. It's wider. It gives them room for storage, and it can be done fairly quickly. So basically, I need help on who to write this grant to. I'm told by Samaya that we have grant writers for the Sheriff's Department, but they want to know who to write it to. But we need to get light a fire under that one also. So that's my 2 issues. One is to move this dock, move this forward with permitting, and number 2 is to have some specifics on a public safety grant from the feds to pay for this $189,793 for a 36 by 68 triple wide office trailer. And I'll shut up. Thank you.
Let's talk about that afterwards, because there could be some of our staff at the Port Authority, because we serve as fiduciary in many instances for those federal grants, and public safety is always grants that we see that are opportunities to apply.
Thank you.
Okay.
You gonna second the motion? Oh, no, I'm sorry, Commissioner
Well,
Scott.
I'm going to hear from Commissioner Scott first.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was just concerned. I didn't know that we had students that work down there. So once we get up and running again, how many students do we normally have before this pandemic?
Through the chair, we teach at the high schools. We don't bring students to the Marine unit. The officer will go into the high school during their gym hour and gives them the ORV and the boating training. We don't bring students to that Marine unit.
How are the schools selected?
Usually the counselors will call us. Usually the school will call us. That's how, it's not that they're selected. It's historically, they've been asking for those classes. Any school in Wayne County can call and say, hey, we need some training, and then the officer will be there.
Okay, all the schools know about this program.
I can check for you and I'll let you know, but I know that all the schools do know about it.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me get a feel for, do you want to go through these items one at a time and vote on them? Or do you want to have a motion to move 1 through 7 and support it, and then ask for questions on the items? That's what I initially planned to do. So would you want to do each one separately?
It's appropriate for you to do it the second way that you mentioned, Chair.
Okay, all right. So let me get a motion to move 1 through 7.
Madam Chair, I move that we receive and file items 1 through 7.
And can I get a support?
Support.
Okay. It's been properly moved and supported, properly moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Basham. Are there questions on the motion on any of these items? Or would you like Samaya to go through briefly and give us a brief description of each one? And then we'll vote on all of them together.
Yes, that would be nice.
Samaya.
Absolutely, my pleasure. The second report is about narcotics for the Narcotics Unit. The Narcotics Unit does street enforcement mostly in the city of Detroit and often in the connecting cities throughout Wayne County. We only have 1 full-time employee in the Narcotics Unit. Everyone volunteers on overtime to help with Narcotics Unit. The staff does investigate and enforces the laws in heavy drug and prostitution area in the city of Detroit. They assist the Detroit police with drag racing and drifting issues in the city. They also investigate any tips that comes through the tip hotline or questions that are sent via email or called in. Sometimes they do help the other absconders whenever they are needed. They perform COVID operations and they seize vehicles. Last year, the unit seized 890 vehicles and generated $522,000 in revenue. To date, for the current fiscal year, they've seized so far 403 vehicles and generated a little bit over $207,000 in revenue.
Okay, the next item.
Next one is the payphone earnings. Our current vendor for the jail's payphone is Telmate. The revenue that is generated from this contract allows the sheriff's office to provide inmates with access to many programs, which includes but not limited to basic GED programs, indigent kits, indigent haircuts, recreational items, television, basketballs. The revenue also allows us to provide the inmates with outside residential treatment centers. So right now we have 6 contracts with different residential treatment centers. The contract with Telmate was extended through commission to January 2022. We're going to start working on a new RFP for a new vendor very soon before January 22 is upon us.
Okay. Next item.
Next one is Prison Rape Elimination Act. The Sheriff's Office is committed to protecting the inmates and to provide them with a safe environment. That is why the Sheriff's Office has partnered up with SAFE. Commission saw that contract and approved it, I want to say a few weeks back. SAFE does provide any new assault victims and those that may be suffering from past abusive situations, counseling and support services. Since 2015, since we started contracting with SAFE, over 100 people and participants have been counseled by the SAFE advocates at the jails. Any complaint of sexual harassment comes to Internal Affairs, which is a unit within Wayne County, Wayne County Sheriff's Office. Internal Affairs does investigate every allegation and complaint. They don't take anything lightly. Everything is a serious accusation, and they investigate anything that they hear about. Last year, in 2020, they investigated 21 allegations and complaints of sexual harassment. Some of them are unfounded. Some of them they found something to address. And in 2021, so far, they are investigating 23 allegations of complaints of sexual harassment.
Okay.
Next one is the Road Patrol. The Road Patrol operation consists of two separate units. One is the secondary roads, and the other one is Municipal Support Enforcement Unit, MSCU. Secondary roads is a state-funded unit, which provides traffic enforcement and accident investigation on secondary roads and highways. Last year, we received a grant for $1.3 million. This year, we received $1.2 million of a state grant. And of course, everything went through commission for their approval. MSCU is responsible for assisting Wayne County municipalities, police departments through intergovernmental agreement by issuing traffic citations. MSCU main focus in the winter is commercial vehicles enforcement and what I was going to say. I forgot. Yeah, they do focus on commercial vehicle enforcement, making sure that trucks are not carrying more weight that they need to, so our roads will stay intact. Next one is GPS tether. The electronic monitoring unit provides an alternative to jails to the inmates. The usage of the tether helps the participants retain their jobs, receive drug and alcohol treatment in order to assimilate back into their communities while serving their sentences. In 2019, our average daily population on tether was 634. For 2021, our average daily population is 1,775, which is almost 180% increase from 2 years ago. And that's because we, during the pandemic, we didn't want any, some of the inmates, we were sending them on tether as opposed to housing them at the jail and paying for their meals and what have you. We currently have 3 vendors who provide tether services. Recently, we requested an increase due to the increase of the average daily population. We requested an increase in the total contracts for to the vendors, and then we decreased the total contract of a third vendor. The last report is the Wayne County vehicle use, and in accordance with Chapter 33, Section 10, County Vehicle Use Ordinance, the Sheriff's Office submitted the county-owned vehicles report. For this year, for the 2021, the Sheriff's Office has a total of 253 motorized vehicles. Of those, we have 58 take-home vehicles. We're trying to reduce that a little bit at a time. It's a process, but I promise you we'll get to the point where Commissioner Basham is happy, and so is everybody else, with the reduction in the numbers of take-home vehicles. What I was gonna say, currently we have 8 vehicles that are out of service that will be auctioned off soon. We have 192 cars and trucks and we have 15 motorcycles. Some of the motorized vehicles were purchased by grant funds, such as the vessels, the boats, and some of the motorcycles. So if we ever sell those items, those assets, we would have to return the money to the grantor who gave us the funds. That's it for my reports.
Okay, at this
you.
time, if there are any questions from commission members, board members regarding any of these items, you can make that known now. And I do see Commissioner Basham, and then secondly, I see Commissioner Scott.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. Samaya touched on it, but under audit, we found out that the number of vehicles started easing up, and all I'm trying to do is get the numbers back down, and she touched on it. So hopefully that's what we're doing. We're working together, rowing together, if you will.
Absolutely.
But it is an issue, and we want to make sure that it's my understanding there's even sheriffs that live out of Wayne County
Yes.
that are using driving the vehicles to and from their house. I know in other like policing agencies like MSP and stuff, you drive your own vehicle to and from the station, then you get in that vehicle. And I know they can use the comments, well, if they have a murder in the middle of the night or this or that, and there's always a reason to find ways to be less resourceful. But my only thing is I'm just pushing on the department a little bit to be a little bit more financially responsible. I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Number one, you mentioned drag racing. I'm still getting some calls on that. Do you have any reports on the drag racing? How's it going?
I know that they investigate them and they help the city of Detroit. If you would like numbers on how many drag racing they've done this year and they stopped, I can get you that information.
Okay.
And if you like, I can give you the number, the hotline number, so your constituents can call directly to the narcotics unit, to the sheriff's office, and they can complain and they can have people be there
Very
to prevent
good.
that.
Thank you so much. Yes, I would really like that, please.
It's my pleasure. I'll send it through Joe.
Yeah, because I like.
Thank you.
I like
Yeah, can you share that with all of us? Yep. That would be great.
Absolutely. I'll send it through Joe, and then Joe will send it to everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Kenlock.
No, I was meaning to lower my hand. I apologize.
Okay, Commissioner Scott, you were you finished? I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm finished. She's going to share that information with all of us, so that'll be fine.
Okay. Are there any other questions or comments on items 1 through 7? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Okay, so the item 1 through 7 is received and filed, and then 8 is also a presentation. So Madam Clerk, where do we go from here?
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I've not been informed of any.
What comments?
Okay, you want to unmute our listeners or viewers so that we might call for any questions or comments?
The lines have been unmuted.
Very good. This is now time for public comments. If you have any questions or comments at this time, you are free to make them. Are there any questions or comments at this time? You are now free to make them.
Through the chair, this is Sumaya. May I ask a question?
Sure.
I just received that full board will be meeting this Thursday, tomorrow. Would these items be on full board or?
Joe.
No, ma'am.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
items will go to the May 6th full board. Well,
Okay.
there are no items from this meeting.
That's
The
what I
receive and
thought.
file items will go on May 6th. I'm sorry. They will
Oh,
go on the
no.
May 6th agenda.
Thank you so much. I wasn't sure, but I wanted to ask. I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay. Are there any other questions or concerns? Hearing none, Madam Clerk?
Adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Kenlock. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, the motion carries.